Hey Kipsters, today we're going to make the cover of our sketchbooks. So the first thing when you get your sketchbook is with a black marker, you're going to write on the tab your name. If there's more than one person that has the same name in the classroom, I would suggest putting your last name. You're also going to write your class code, so your grade and then the letter of your teacher's last name, the first letter. So I'm going to switch back to my pencil. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front of my cover and I'm going to break it into 3 pieces. So I'm going to have like a top, middle, and bottom. I'm going to do this with like a squiggly line across or a straight line, zigzag, however you want. But I'm going to break it into 3 pieces. Okay, it's kind of hard to see because I'm doing it with pencil, so I'm going to outline it with my black marker. I would suggest doing it with pencil first. So if you make a mistake, like I don't want that one to be so close up there, give myself a little bit more room. And I can always go back and erase it if I need to. So what I'm going to do now is in the middle section, I'm going to write my name. Again, I'm going to do this in pencil so that if I make a mistake or if like the letters get really squished at the end, I can change it. So I'm going all the way from the top of my line to the bottom. I'm going to just write mayor and I'm filling up the whole space. I'm drawing a little bit darker so that you can see it on the video. I would suggest drawing very light. Draw light until you get it right. So that my name takes up the whole space. Once you have it written in the way that you want, then you will outline it with your black marker. And maybe I want those lines to be a little bit more bold, so I'll go over them again so that my name really stands out, and making the thickness of that black line a little bit more intense so that it's able to stand out and be bold. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break apart my other spaces into smaller shapes because this is a big shape. So I'm going to kind of break it into some smaller shapes by just kind of drawing some lines. Maybe a zigzag line, kind of whatever I want, to break it into some smaller shapes. So instead of having this big space up here, I now have some smaller shapes. The next step you're gonna do is using your black marker is you're gonna start doing some Zentangles. So again, those are any kind of pattern that just keeps getting repeated. The reason I break these into smaller pieces is so that I don't have to do a Zentangle over all of this big space, but just a little bit of it. So you'll notice right now, I didn't do a whole lot of major details with it, but I'm gonna pause. I kind of did the bigger parts, and I'm gonna get into my markers. Now regularly Zentangles are just black and white, but we get to use a little bit of artistic freedom, and because we're the designer of this, I can change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna add some color back into mine to kind of just make it be a little bit more colorful. So I'm adding more lines now with color to make it a little bit more interesting.